Welcome back to my page. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing fine. Today we're gonna be making some sliders. These are so delicious and it's perfect for game day or parties. Alright, so I have here some ground beef. I'm using 93% lean, 7% fat, and the reason for that is you don't want your ground beef to be too oily. I just added some thyme leaves and I added some black pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and season with some taco seasoning, and I'm also gonna add a little bit of Cajun seasoning. Alright, I'm also adding some chopped scallion, onion, garlic, and some bell peppers, and we're gonna stir that up. And once my pot is heated, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cook our ground beef. You don't have to use the same seasoning that I use. You can go ahead and season to your preference. Depending on who you're cooking for and how spicy you want it, you can go ahead and add a little more spice. I'm adding just a little bit of cayenne because I've tasted it and it needs a little more kick. Alright, so I added some cayenne, and once my ground beef is ready, we're gonna set it aside. Now if you haven't seen my homemade brioche bun, you can go ahead and check out the recipe for that. I will link the video in the comments if I remember. And if you don't have the time, that's fine. Go ahead and buy the store-bought one. Sometimes they're a bit dry, so I always try to make my own. Now I'm gonna grease the bottom of my baking pan. We're gonna cut our brioche buns in half. Mine was still a bit hot, so they kind of separated. Now it's time to assemble our cheese. When it comes to the cheese, it's up to you what type of cheese you want to use. Alright, I'm adding some sliced cheese and I'm gonna go ahead and assemble our ground beef. We're gonna spread it out on top of the cheese, and then I'm gonna add another layer of cheese. This time I'm gonna go ahead and add some Swiss cheese. You can add some mozzarella cheese as well if you want. Alright, but I'm only using some Swiss cheese on the top. And then I'm gonna make a sauce for the top piece of the bun by adding some mayo, a little mango habanero for some heat, and some ketchup. We're gonna combine that, and I'm gonna lightly spread it on the top of our brioche buns. We don't want it to be messy, so we're gonna spread it on lightly. Unless you're that person that wants a lot of sauce, but I don't want sauce to be dripping everywhere. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna butter the top lightly. I'm adding some parsley to my butter. You don't have to, it's up to you, just for color. Alright, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven and they're out, and you can see the difference. The top is nice and toasty. It's not overdone, it's just perfect. And the butter that you put on the top and the bottom gives the bread that slight crunch that you want, but the middle of the bread is soft and fluffy just the way you want it. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and you can make this with your kids. It's a fun activity for them and they will love it. Alright, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your week.